All right, thanks, J-Man Shark, and welcome everyone into what should be a fairly interesting series here between the A's, who finished the year with 91 wins, and the Yankees, who were able to crest that 100-win mark. I believe 102 is their final total. So on both sides, it should be an interesting brawl here, and we got the other ALDS series where honestly it's just first and second in the AL Central just kind of having.
Yes, it is, and it should be a great game. Obviously, if the whole teams were healthy, Mike Fiers would be starting for the A's, and Luke Voit would be starting for the Yankees. Neither of them are. They're both injured. So it's Garrett Cole, Frankie Montas. The Yankees have had the A's numbers in the playoffs. The last time the A's beat the Yankees in the playoffs, they were the Philadelphia A's. So A's kind of not expected to win, but then you can play fast and loose. So it's maybe a little bit of an advantage to them.
Exactly, and on the injury note, just one note before you get rolling here in today's game, Tyler Wade was stretching out earlier on. It looked like he might have pulled something, so he's been scratched from today's game. So Yankees down a little bit of a speedster utility guy right now. I think that's going to impact him at all, or is it just going to be kind of another body in the dugout, more or less?
Well, it does hurt if they need a pinch runner late in the game. Now it'll be Mike Tauchman. He's fast, but he's not as fast as Tyler Wade, so it does hurt them a little bit. You have a one shorter bench than the A's. Hopefully he's back for the ALCS or maybe later in this ALDS, but for now the Yankees will have a shortened bench. They didn't want to get rid of him because then you'd lose him for the ALDS and CS. And the Yankees, hopefully will not regret not taking him off the playoff roster.
Yeah, definitely. And honestly, it looked like it was just like a little tweak or something in, especially as we get into the later months here. Those little tweaks typically aren't terrible. It's just you try to stretch it out too much and all of a sudden it comes back and bites you. So it's probably only a couple game injury, especially where the Yankees are probably projected to go into the ALCS over the A's. Yankees just playing a little cautious and hoping it's nothing too major.
Yes, we do. We hope it's not anything too major. Obviously, we hope no one gets injured. But should be a great offensive affair, great pitching affair. Both these teams have high expectations going into the season, and we're about to get started.
Yep, just getting rolling there. There's your starting lineups in about 3 seconds as we go through our usual pregame graphics department check. And we take you live to somewhere in the middle of New York City. I believe somewhere in the Bronx, technically.
Yes, in the Bronx.
Yes, a new Yankee Stadium, right across the street from the old one, which I believe is also a baseball park now, just not much with the stands anymore.
Yeah, and it has in the background, it has like one of those things from like the top of Yankee Stadium. It says like, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, sometimes it rains, which is kind of witty.
Exactly, kind of emblematic of all baseball parks nowadays. Sometimes win, sometimes you lose, sometimes the big man upstairs just says no. And again, just getting some of the numbers and briefs here. Again, A's kind of in that AL West. Everyone thought it was kind of a laughing stock for the most part of the year. Again, only 91 wins to take the division, so really kind of had a lot easier cakewalk than Yankees or really most of the AL Central teams in general.
Yes, but also you have to remember the Astros and Angels, who finished second and third in that division, they weren't that far away from getting the wild card. Angels fell off a little bit at the end, but both teams kind of were in the race. These players getting introduced right now.
And our lovely, I'm going to guess national anthems. Unfortunately, our sound system into the booth has decided to drop a royal deuce on us and is not working. Maybe Garrett someday can fix that up, but
so we should have had Shark play the national anthem.
Shark might pull like a Whitney Houston and take 5 minutes to do that. As we see Garrett Cole here, 31 starts in the regular season, 14-5 record, 3.07 ERA over 178 innings, whip at 1.02, so really fairly solid numbers overall. And he kind of uses his four-seam fastball as a kind of setup pitch, and then his breaking stuff kind of just accumulates it and just throws the hitter's timing off, so that way that four-seamer can find the spots. As that one's going to be a floater in there for a strike. 7:07 is a load of garbage, as apparently schedules got shifted around. It's going to be 9:05 first pitch on the East Coast here. Exactly. And that ball is going to be outside 1-1 now, and apparently our chat chat filter Heidi Watney has decided to show up. It's the first time I've seen them in forever. As that one's going to be rough foul, 1 and 2. I mean, who knows? Maybe their mic will actually work for once. I don't know.
We'll see. We'll just have to see.
2 and 2 count now, the VR. They get full now, and this is one of the... If you have to find a rust spot on Garrett Cole, it's the fact that his pitch count runs really high because he tries to nitpick a bit too much rather than just focusing on the strikes. That one gets ripped foul once again.
Yeah, Cole very focused on his craft, a little bit of perfectionist. He wants to spot it exactly right each time. Perfect pitch every time, and sometimes that does cause him to get more pitches.
Yeah, well, that changeup is a very good pitch right there. Gets the swing over the top of that one, and that's going to be the first out here.
Batting second, the shortstop, Marcus.
Oh, absolutely filthy pitch there. Gets him swinging.
And Marcus Simeon's stepping into bat now. And honestly, the whole Moneyball system is that one gets fouled off. That the A's have built, it's not exactly built for World Series runs per se, but they're always in the talk for the playoffs, it seems like. They always find the young talent. That's how it kind of blossoms out here in Oakland, and then the big teams kind of pick them up for really the huge money that Oakland would never be able to pay them.
Yeah, and that is the concern, though, because a lot of these guys in 2, 3, 4 years, they're going to be hitting free agency, and the A's will trade them before that.
As that one's going to be slapped down in the right field for a base hit, so Oakland is on the board here with a hit. And honestly, that was just a really solid piece driving that the opposite way.
Yeah, nice piece of hitting there. Semien, an excellent hitter in this A's lineup, and setting the table for that dangerous middle of the lineup.
Exactly. Chris Davis in there now, 280 average on the year, so has a good chance, but Garrett Cole pulls up. Well, forget any stats I has. Garrett Cole has just hit 100 on the gun there. 0-1 count now.
It's crazy. His fastballs, they're upper 90. Sometimes it can get up to 100, and they also have movement. It's so hard to hit.
Yeah, it's next to impossible. And then you come up with a breaker like that, change up at 87. It's just next to impossible to time anything, unless you're guessing more or less. As the 0-2 breaks outside of the knuckle curve, 1 and 2.
And look for Cole to try to throw it low to get a double play here.
Yeah, that one's 2-0, and the run's going to take off from second as apparently the catcher's going to do a little moonwalk move, I guess, there to kind of reset himself. I don't know about that, but it's going to go down as a wild pitch. Yeah, you were trying to mention getting a double play, but sometimes as a perfectionist, you mess up and throw it in the dirt.
Yeah, that's exactly what you don't want. You want to throw it low, but not that low, where now the double play's not even a chance of happening.
Exactly, but you can come back at the 9-7 mile four-seam fastball low and inside. You'll get that swing and strike for the second K of the day.
The first baseman,
Cole healing right here. His stuff looks sharp. Not too surprising. He has so much playoff experience, and he's been through a lot of tough situations and games where the team needs him to come through. This is probably low leverage compared to most of his playoff games.
Yeah, definitely just seeing some of the regular season stats there from Matt Olson. 280 average, 34 homers, and honestly, that's kind of 2 through 6 of this Oakland lineup, you know. Nobody really high contact, but they have the power numbers to kind of back it up to a certain extent. That's just going to get dribbled. Flip to first, I would assume, and that's going to be the second out here. Or, excuse me, third out there after the K. I'm already forgetting Ks already. New York's coming up to bat. No score yet. I was going to see Frankie Montas stepping in. 11-7 record during the regular season. ERA at 3.38. Whip at 1.27. And honestly, again, a little higher than Garrett Cole, but the couple games I've seen Montas pitch, he pitches a bit more to contact, trying to keep that count low and be able to go deep 6, 7, 8 innings in the game. That first pitch is going to be in there. Two-seamer at 95 for the first strike.
Yeah, and pitching contact may not really work with this Yankees team because with the short fences and the ball just travels and all those power hitters, contact could just mean a home run now.
That being said, that's going to be slapped over first baseman, step on the first for the first out. But yeah, when they do make contact, it's a lot like that because a lot of times when they're making contact, it is those breaking balls. And just the spin of the ball when it hits the bat. Very tough to be able to put a lot of power into it because I'd be interested to see a stat on the types of pitches that I hit for homers. Because I bet you it's 50% fastballs, about 25% curveballs, and then miscellaneous for the rest. As good job by the first baseman to cover all that ground there. To get that more or less just semi-bloop out there as we take a look at the bracket so far. Again, Cleveland picking up the win over Tampa the other day on the wild card game. They're going to be facing their old division foe, Minnesota, and honestly, that's just going to be a huge slugfest right there.
Yes, it will, and those teams, they fought for the division all year. The White Sox were in it, and then they kind of fell out, and they ended up losing a tiebreaker to the Rays. Well, it's really exciting to see these two AL Central teams face together. I'm glad that they don't have that rule anymore where you can't face a team from your division in the first round, because I honestly think that was very stupid where one would play a 3 possibly due to that.
Exactly, yeah. It was a little bit of an archaic rule, and nowadays I'm liking the idea of this expanded playoff. I know that a lot of people are hating it because of the COVID and the fact that a sub-500 team could get in, but I think if you make a couple tweaks and modifications to this, it could work, because I believe right now only like 5 or 6 teams get in from each league. So maybe you kind of expand it a little bit and try to see how that would work. Maybe add a team or 2.
Yeah, I could be 6. I could be agreeable with that. You have 3 wild cards. I don't think you do second division. It doesn't really make sense over a full year. But if you do like the top 6 and you give a couple teams, you give teams a bye. You give top 2 teams a bye. I could see that, just like the NFL.
Yeah, top 2 teams a bye, lowest division winner, and then the 3 wild cards. You kind of played off that way.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. It makes more money for owners. Players, depends on if they don't always get bonus to playoffs, or it's less than usual, as the judge strikes out.
Yeah, and a beautiful 2-seamer high and tight. So both pitchers really cooking, but Monta is getting in, getting out, and going back to sit down in, I call it 30 seconds. I don't know about you. We're through an inning here, still no score. Matt Chapman stepping in again. Average not stellar during the regular season, only 250, but up around 40 homers. The power numbers are there to back it up, and rips a 2-seamer foul.
Yeah, and Chapman known as an underrated guy by many people because he's West Coast, he's a third baseman, he's not Arenado, but he's a very solid player, both offensively and defensively.
1-1. Yeah, definitely as you see Cole again bouncing a breaking ball into the dirt here, 1-1 count.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
1-2 now is another 100-mile-an-hour 4-seamer gets in there.
Cole is putting a little bit of extra mustard in that. Maybe he's gonna, put a little more into the pitches. And Yankee said he could pitch less, and they'll put the bullpen in. Or he just knows at the end of the year he has to give it all he can.
Yeah, definitely. That's a 4-seamer kissing the dirt there, 2-2. But I would have to wonder if he's catching 100 already. He might be trying to burn himself out early, as that's a 4-seamer in there for strike 3. Third K of the day out of 4 outs so far.
That is it. The left unit, number 20.
Strikeout. He had so many during the year. He led the American League. I don't know about the majors. I know he led the American League, so he's going to get a lot of those. He could hit double digits today.
Oh, I would have absolutely no doubt with the way he's pitching that he could hit double digits. The question is Oakland going to be able to take advantage of some mistakes and put a couple runs on the board in the process? As Mark Cannon is going to step in.
And if Frankie Montas can keep it close so that when the A's capitalize, that they will take the lead or be in the game.
Exactly. So Sly's going to kiss the dirt 2-0. And honestly, I think a lot of people forget, as much as baseball is a physical game, there is also a huge mental aspect of the game. If a team's able to tag 5-6 runs on you fairly quickly, your team's going to get severely demoralized. Garrett Cole gets the rough end of the call there. It's going to be ball 3-0 count.
Nope. Ball 4.
And 4-pitch walk there for Garrett Cole to lead off the inning here. So again, runner on first here. And Cole not really know much to give up walks there, but you get the one rough call, and all of a sudden he's down there at first.
Good news is 8 and 9's up, so that kind of helped him. But also what you mentioned with that lead, yeah, it could kind of demoralize the team, but as we saw in that Nationals-Braves game, it's never over. Braves nearly coming back at the end for a 5-run deficit.
Exactly, and honestly, that's how it is. Again, man, Garrett Cole had no luck there. I thought that squeaked in there. Umpire says outside, though, 1-0.
Yeah, not getting that veteran's call.
But gets the old-fashioned karma there, as that's just going to ground into a double play to get him out of the inning. So, in about 15 seconds, we're through the top of the second here. The Yankees coming back up, still no score. And the former Miami Marlins super slugger, Giancarlo Stanton, stepping in. Again, near 300 average on the year with 51 homers, but I think a lot of people complain about how the people that play in Colorado get inflated numbers. People that play in Yankee Stadium for the Yankees get inflated numbers because it's the shortest porches I've ever seen in any ballpark, combined both left and right field.
I agree, but a lot of Stanton shots are not due to Yankee Stadium. They're over 430 feet. But yeah, a guy like DJ LeMahieu, he gets a lot of those oppo shots that just hit like the first or second row, and that gives him extra home runs. But I wouldn't say Stanton, like he's benefiting so much off of Stadium. I mean, he hit 59 in Miami.
Yeah, no, as he rips along one left field, there for the first out after a light jog. And yeah, no, I'm not saying Stanton is a huge abuser of that. All of his shots, for the most part, are way out of there. It's just, you see some of these guys, and there are certain parks, like at Camden Yards has the little party deck out and right. Fenway has the Green Monster over and left. There are certain parks that just have these short porches where, if you're able to abuse the angle correctly, your home run numbers especially are going to look a lot more inflated than they would at we'll call it a traditional park.
Yeah, it's true. I do like, though, that they're all, like, different a little bit. They're not, like, crazy like Polo Grounds, but that was, but they all have something special about it. So, like, the Ivy in Wrigley, you got the short porch in Yankee Stadium, you got the Green Monster in Fenway, as well as the pesky pole. So, a lot of just unique things about the stadium, which does give a team a home field advantage as well.
Right, and that's why, especially I feel like in baseball, rather than football, a lot of other sports, home field advantage is so important because the actual dimensions of the field are different for each home stadium. And it's going to be a full count here. Montas working efficiently, but kind of running into an issue here against Sanchez.
Inside, ball
And
4.
that's going to be a ball 4 as that 4-seamer runs inside on him. And again, Montas, no slouch either with the speed there. 99 on that 4-seamer.
Yeah, and good news is Sanchez does not have a lot of speed on the bases, so even a double may not score him. But you never want to walk a guy, even if it's a guy like Sanchez.
Exactly, and Aaron Heck's going to step in to try to take advantage of that. And that's the one thing in Yankee Stadium, you can't allow runners on base because with those short porches, one shot can completely change the game. And that's going to get lifted on the right. Right fielder on a Sunday stroll makes the catch in front of the track for the second out. And yeah, you have to wonder. I was very close to getting out of here. I know we had the short porch, but maybe if it was a bit warmer and a bit more humid, that could have been gone.
Yeah, maybe, especially with that short porch.
Again, Miguel Andujar looks at one down at the shins, knees, whatever you want to call it. 0-1 count.
Yeah, and Andujar was second in Rookie of the Year his first year. Then he faced injury, and he's not really been the same, but they look for him to contribute to his playoff game.
Second baseman flips this short to get the final force out here, so Montas little struggles, little question marks, but still getting through the inning relatively clean. Heading to the top of the third here, still no score. As it looks like a bunch of the rich New York people have already gotten into the champagne today.
Leading off for Oakland,
As Stephen Piscotty, with the best biscotti cookies I have ever eaten, stepping into the plate now. First pitch is just catching the inside half there, 0-1 count. One pitch. Again, little breaking slider there, catching the lower part of the zone 0-2. So I wouldn't be 1,000% surprised that Cole tries to go high here just to change the eye levels. Instead throws it way outside, but gets Piscotty to swing at that one. That's going to be a K. 4th K in the day so far for Cole.
the catcher.
Yeah, with Cole's stuff, a lot of times you just have to guess, and I think that's what Piscotty was doing there. He hoped it was on the plate, and it was not.
Yeah, definitely knows Austin Allen's going to be in there now. First one just running outside the slider. 1-0, just trying to see if he can fish.
Yeah, and the ace catcher, but I think if you're going to improve in a position on the offseason, if you're the eighth, it's going to be catcher. He's definitely the weak link in that lineup.
It definitely is. That one dribbled off. 1-1 count now. Again, Austin Allen nearly a hit a game during the regular season for him, so average is definitely there. The question is, can he try to turn something here? As, Cole again, not getting the veteran's call there. 2-1.
Umpires. Sometimes they have different zones to the postseason. Sometimes it's affected by who's the home team, but obviously not. As you see, the Yankees are home. It's not like he's giving the Yankees any extra calls, but it's sometimes a little different in the postseason how they call it.
Yeah, definitely different there. As that one again, just missing in. To your point, I think a lot of umpires definitely try to tighten up the zone, but sometimes it can get a little too tight, in my opinion. That one's going to be in there now. 3-2 count. Austin Allen, the number 9 hitter, trying to get something rolling here for Oakland, who's been fairly quiet so far. Caused some noise and some issues early on, but really hasn't done much since. Going down to a knee there, trying to drive that one down the right field line, but just hooking foul there. Count will hold here, Cole.
That pitch looked a little bit hittable, but Allen did not get on it.
Getting fouled off here. Garrett Cole. Austin Allen making Garrett Cole work for his supper right now with these pitches. Pitch number 40 incoming. And finally gets him on the changeup on the outside half. 5th K of the day for Garrett Cole.
The batter number 3, second baseman, Jonathan Dion.
A nice pitch there, and Cole has gone through the lineup now one time, and he's done very well.
Exactly.
Now he's going to try to move through them a second time as the top lineup's up.
Exactly. Oakland only picking up one hit that first time through, but sometimes just being able to see the breaks. That's a broken bat. Basically landing in the catcher's back pocket there for the out. So Garrett Cole getting a little bit of a break on that last one, but we're through 2.5 here. Still no score. And yeah, it's a really unfortunate equipment malfunction there for VR.
Just have the stub left.
Basically. All right, Brett Gardner stepping in. 270 average during the year with 22 homers. Not exactly really known as a bat, but a very nice defensive piece for New York.
1-0.
First pitch going outside, 1-0.
Question is whether they extend him again. They've done it for the past 2 years. He's getting older. You got Clint Frazier waiting in the wing. Also got Mike Tauchman.
Yeah, well, definitely might get an extension there. That's going to one hop just short of the wall there. And he's going to hold up there at second, so one of the last remaining members from the previous New York Yankees World Series team getting a double there and trying to make a case for himself to get another extension is Tommy LaStella is going to step in.
And you wonder if LaStella, he was on the Angels before getting traded to the Yankees, if he kind of gave the Yankees some advice with the A's because he faced them so often.
Yeah, definitely. And honestly, sometimes just having that inside information about facing a team 10, 15, 20 times can really help out. Now, obviously, sometimes you have to rely on the data and what you've seen recently, but that first-hand experience, there's no room replacing that whatsoever. As we saw the matchup, LaStella versus Montas, 5 for 21. So, LaStella has had some success, but gets a 1-1 count here and a two-seamer that'll catch the bottom part of the zone.
And LaStella, if you're LaStella, you want to get hit, but moving him over is also nice when you got LeMahieu coming up.
Exactly, and that's not going to happen here. The third baseman makes a great ranging play to his left to get LaStella out there on the ground out. Matt Chapman running third base today for the A's. And now we run back to the top of the lineup here for DJ LeMahieu. So Frankie Montas at 27 pitches versus Garrett Cole's 43, 44 right now.
Something like that.
Yeah, I would say both pitchers have come out very strong so far, but Montas just being a bit more efficient against these Yankees hitters. And if my stat book's serving me correctly, I don't think there's a hit yet for the Yankees.
Well, Gardner had the double. I think that was the first hit.
Oh, yeah, the egg just got broken this inning, dum-dum. Anyway, DJ LeMahieu really kind of one of the solid corner pieces of the offense this year and trying to do something with that runner on second. Because it's not every day you get a guy around like that with no one out.
That is true.
Now he's going to get slapped the other way. Right fielder coming in on charge. Runner's breaking for home. Throw is going to be offline by a mile. And the Yankees will put one on the board here. DJ LeMahieu coming in clutch right now. And the Yankees take a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, even accurate throw, Gardner's safe. He has so much speed even when he's older. And he's hitting LeMahieu. He just hits them where they're not. Such a good hitter all sides of the field.
Again, all you need to do is find the hole sometimes on those low dribblers, and all of a sudden they can come up with a run. As Gleyber Torres is going to step in now. Popped out last time up. And forget about a pop-up this time. Hard drive out to left. Left fielder under it in time, though, for the second out here.
Hard contact off Montas so far, but so far the biggest damage has been the double by Gardner. But a couple of ones have gotten close to making it out of here.
Definitely is. I see a lot of people out in the judges' chambers out there in right center rising now for Aaron Judge coming up to the plate.
Ball back outside.
And that's if they even still have that. I haven't taken a look at the Yankee team. They used to. They took it down finally.
No, they still have it. Even when
they still. All right. Yeah, because when they came out of that, I thought, really, we're going to do this whole gimmick section for a rookie? Okay, seems a bit of a stretch, but he's definitely paid the Yankees back in spades right now for their confidence in him. As he gets a 1-2 count here. Again, Montas not wanting to give Judge anything to hit here, trying to keep it low. Two-seamers too low, though. 2-2 count. And blows a fastball straight by him. That's something you really don't see every day here. So Aaron Judge goes down swinging, and we're through the third here, but the Yankees do put a run on the board here. 1-0. I don't know who those three. Yeah, I don't know who those three clowns are right now. So you have Michael and P-Mister up in the booth, taking you through this first round, first game ALDS series between Oakland and New York. So it's the Moneyball versus the big time spenders. I guess is I'm not sure. There's some millionaires joke for the Yankees you can put in here. that I can't think of right now.
I mean, they're paying probably more for Cole than like half the A's roster.
One ball, one
That is
strike.
true.
Or Stanton. Probably Stanton and Cole combined may be making more than this entire A's roster.
Yeah, and that's the thing, really, is that outside of Stanton and Cole and maybe a couple others, a lot of the team are still under team control / rookie deals, maybe making $1-2 million a year.
I mean, that's the key. Yeah, that's what you got to do. You got to get them under team control. Just like a guy like Gio Urshela. He's been around for a while, but he still has a couple years of team control because he never was a starter.
Ball, that's out.
Right, you think of Aaron Judge, that's at least 2 or 3 years left before he even hits arbitration.
Yes.
And swing and a miss. Good God, Garrett Cole is lighting him up tonight. 6K on the day right now.
The batter, the designated hitter, Chris Davis.
You know, any pitch, it works as a strikeout pitch. That's just how filthy and nasty his pitches are. You know, high, low, inside, outside, anything can strike a batter out, and it keeps them off balance.
Exactly, is Chris Davis going to step in? 0 for 1, struck out last time. And yes, Heidi, apparently you are speechless because your mic still is not working after all these months. I think Garrett has officially given up all hope on fixing that mic, so we might have to text-to-chat, text-to-speech stuff a bit more often.
Yeah. And Chris Davis, it's weird. The other Chris Davis, the one with the C, is much bigger. And Chris Davis is kind of a wiry guy, but he has so much power.
Yeah, well, no power there. He swings over the top of the Garrett Cole breaker. 7K for Cole.
The first baseman.
And he's just lining him up and knocking him down right now after the real shaky burst.
Cole just stealing here, and his pitch count isn't too high. He'll go over 100.
Yeah, I definitely think if he's keeping this pace up, he's got 6 or 7 written in. No question, barring anything weird. Matt Olson's going to try to do something here. Because honestly, at this point, Oakland really hasn't had an answer whatsoever for Garrett Cole, as that one's going to run high. It's mainly been a lot of Cole's mistakes that have gotten runs on base rather than Oakland actually making solid contact.
The count is 1 and 2.
Yep, and again, swinging over top of a changeup there. 1-2 count now. And again, over the top of an even lower changeup, and that's going to be K number 8 for Garrett Cole. Mamma mia, I might run out of room on my skateboard around here. I have to go buy one soon. And to the bottom of the 4th, it's still 1-0.
He's like Cole stealing. He's still fun to watch.
It's almost like watching a mini Pedro, except Pedro had better command of his stuff. Giancarlo Stanton coming up right now. Had a really solid liner earlier, but right to the right fielder for the out, or excuse me, left fielder.
Yeah, and Stanton has a stigma on him, kind of like what A-Rod did when he was on the Yankees, where he can't hit in the playoffs, and his numbers show he's not as good in the playoffs as he is in the regular season. It's not god-awful stats, but it's not what they expect from him, so... You know, Yankees are hoping he kind of turn around and be the slugger they expected him to be in the playoffs, just like he is in the regular season this year.
Yes, he's going to rip one foul, and you think about it, the first time he was in the playoffs was when he came to New York. He didn't have any playoff experience in Miami, so maybe just some of the early slumps here, trying to get used to New York during the playoffs, because I don't know about you, Michael, if you've ever been to Yankee Stadium in the playoffs, but...
Oh, I have.
Memories are...
The 2017 ALDS Game 3 Greg Bird home run.
Oh, God, yeah, no, because I know at least at Fenway, between regular season playoffs, the park has a whole different mojo about itself rather than a regular season game.
No, I'd agree. I think the fans are more locked in. They're not going to be, like, going and, like, looking at their phones as much and going to get concessions. They're kind of, you know, they paid all this money, and it's one of the last games they get to see this season, so they're definitely much more rowdy.
Yeah, much more rowdy and much more willing to get on your case if you really botched the day. So maybe some of this playoff woes is a bit unfair on Stanton, but at the same time, when you're paying tens of millions of dollars for a guy, you want him to succeed. And That might be towards the start there as he draws a walk off of Montas.
Yeah, and I agree, but also power hitters sometimes that are very like aggressive swingers sometimes struggle in the playoffs. You're facing better pitchers. You have more of a scouting report. Think of Aaron Judge. He had a great first playoffs, but he also set the record for most strikeouts in a playoff, and he only played in the DS and the CS and the wild card game. He didn't even play in the World Series.
Right, and sometimes
0-1, no strike.
that's the one thing I think a lot of batters are going to have to adjust over the next 5 to 10 years is the amount of film and study that's going to be done on their swings, on their weaknesses, on their strengths. They have to figure out how to break those tendencies and just play, I guess, a more well-rounded game rather than relying exclusively on a pull, exclusively on a push.
Yeah, just be more patient at the plate and kind of just take what the pitcher gives you. You don't have to get a home run in every swing. So it's nice.
I wouldn't be 1,000% surprised if the next 5 to 10 years we'll see bunting come back a lot more, especially for some of the speed guys, just to try and break the tendencies of these extreme shifts that happen sometimes.
2-2, count.
Yeah, we've seen players do it, even slow ones, but if they start doing it, I'm sure the shifts will adjust, and it'll kind of be like a cat and mouse game with, I guess, advantage for the offense.
You got a full count.
Exactly, advantage to the offense because the defense has to set up for virtually all possibilities, whereas the batter, you can do basically whatever you want as long as you make contact. As he screams one down the left field line, that's going to get out there. Now there's going to be runs on first and second for Montas, so Montas seemingly hitting a little snag on the road right now.
Yeah, and Montas doesn't have as much playoff experience in big games. He's never been a game one starter. Maybe a little bit more pressure on him and causing him to buckle at the fourth inning.
Exactly, this is going to be an 0-1 here to Aaron Hicks. And that one's going to be dribbled up. Shortstop flips the second over the first in time for the double play. But the runner will move over the third here, so I guess there's pluses and minuses to that play.
It's definitely a full minus, I'll be honest. It's better if he struck out. Double play now, the runner on third doesn't mean much. If runner on second would be better, it would be the same thing, basically, because a single scores. Unlikely this is going to be a wild pitch that's where Stanton. He's not too fast, so kind of disappointing at bat for Hicks.
I mean, there's a lot of special geometry behind the catcher here in Yankee Stadium, so a weird kick off the wall, and all of a sudden, Stanton could be sent home. And knowing how these managers like to play it, especially Aaron Boone, he will send him if he sees the chance.
Yeah, but at least not the Coliseum. They have ridiculous foul grounds and backstops and everything because they used to use it as a football field.
Exactly, and now that that's gone, there's a huge fight as to what to do with that land because if I remember correctly, Oakland does have a new stadium plan approved, and I believe they've already started some construction on it. As the catcher's just trying to calm Montas down there, as it's a 3-0 count right now with Brett Gardner on deck. That's definitely not the guy you want to.
Yeah, I wonder what they'll do with the old stadium, though, if they're going to have like another football team, non-NFL, in Oakland, or they're just going to take it down eventually. It's kind of a weird stadium.
Yeah, and with that's going to be a walk here. And with the old Coliseum, the old basketball arena there, basically vacant now, you have to wonder if they may just do like a whole neighborhood redevelopment on the land rather than trying to get into a sports facility.
Yeah, maybe it'd become a concert area. I mean, it kind of has like those top things that are always covered. Maybe they could use that. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what they do with it.
Yeah, let's put it this way: it's a lot of land and a lot of parking space there that can easily be turned into one of 30,000 different options. It's just what the city, region, and state can come to an agreement on. Again, Brett Gardner trying to work something here. Montas not looking good whatsoever right now. 2-0 count to Gardner.
Maybe the San Francisco Giants can just an exit. I mean, they're pretty close. Take it to the second stadium.
Yeah, maybe do it like how Toronto occasionally plays a couple games in Montreal. That's going to be slapped back up the middle. That's if we score in the runner from third and everyone move up 90 feet. And the Yankees sack another one on the board here, and here comes the pitching coach for Oakland trying to figure out what's going on with his pitcher right now because for some reason in this fourth, he is falling apart right now.
Yeah, and Gardner veteran. And he's using that experience here, slapping a nice single and showing why he's still on this team. And Montas better get Listell out because then it's LeMahieu, and it's Torres, and it's Judge.
Exactly. Scott Emerson, pitching coach for Oakland right now, trying to instill some confidence in his guy right here. Because again, there is 2 outs. He only needs 1. Doesn't matter where.
That is true, but 2 runs. I mean, do you see Cole giving up that many? Maybe the bullpen. I don't know. It's gonna be hard for them to scratch off 2 runs here.
I could easily see Cole giving up 2 runs if Oakland is patient and takes advantage in the right situation. Because again, 2 runs, it's a walk and a blast. That's all it takes. As that one's going to be a fastball getting back into the zone here. 1-2 count to Tommy La Stella. Again, Stella fouling it off, just trying to fight alive on a really good breaker there. Really begging the question if that was going to be a strike or not. So Stella's going to lift that one out to center. Center fielder ranging back. Had to go a decent distance, but gets the out Montas needs and is probably going to have a nice chat with Mr. Emerson back in the dugout. Try to figure out what to do here to kind of settle his guy in for probably another 2-3 innings of work here as we head to the top of the 5th. 2-0 New York.
Yeah, I mean, the A's can use their bullpen, but I don't know if they want to yet because, you have a series. You don't want to use all your arms now.
Exactly. I think both Aaron Bleepin Boone and Bob Melvin want their starters to go 6-7 innings to try to rest up their bullpen for the back end games when it is a lot more important to have good pitching.
Yeah. The good news is the A's do have a few starters in their bullpen, so maybe they could use them. You do have an off day after game 2, so that could benefit. Maybe you could use those guys again. But it's a very delicate strategy. One, you sacrifice something here, you don't sacrifice something here, or you sacrifice something there. It's difficult if you want to play it for now or play for the future.
Exactly, and especially in a game 1 here of at least the 3-game series, if not more. You have to really weigh those choices responsibly because one misstep could cost you the whole series, and that's why the playoffs, especially in the Major League Baseball here, it's so important you make the right decisions early on because it sets you up for success in the back half.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Yes, it does, and it does help that you got this bullpen depth. You don't use as many starters in the postseason, so you get 1 or 2 extra arms. That's kind of a benefit of postseason baseball. But on the other hand, you have to be very more meticulous with it.
Yeah, well, Garrett Cole being meticulous with his pitches right now. 9K on the day and just absolutely wheeling and dealing. We're going to get some highlights here real quick. And just working that outside and then comes back blowing in. Really kind of using every single inch of the strike zone today for all these Ks.
How do you approach him as a hitter? It's like it's hard. You can't focus on one thing and be like, oh, I'm going to focus on fastball. Well, he'll just hit you with a slider. You can't just focus on one thing because he'll just do everything. You just have to be very, very on your feet and very quick bat speed.
Yeah, it definitely is. Marquand is going to pop it up. That was begging the question of getting down. Shift was on, so Judge out there in right being able to roll under it for the out.
The batter, number 22.
And Cole, not to be the on-pace guy, but after last inning, Cole was on pace for 18 strikeouts. Not sure if that would be the playoff record. I don't know what the playoff record is. I know the overall record's 20.
I know one of the 50 stat nerds paying attention in Twitch chat right now could probably look that up.
1-0.
In 10 seconds, I'm sure someone's going to say it. Be like, it's this guy. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, this guy back in 1958 Wait. I think there was a perfect game, if I remember correctly, in playoff history.
Don Larson, but I don't think he had that many strikeouts. I don't think he had too many strikeouts. And Doc Holliday threw a no-hitter. It was a no-hitter, I believe. But I don't think they had... I don't know how many strikeouts they had.
Yeah, well, those would definitely beat my 2 league candidates. Ramon Laureano is in there right now and gets a 2-1 count working for him right now. As Garrett Cole misses with a changeup outside.
I'm disappointed. I haven't seen anything in the Twitch chat yet with the number. or who it was.
TikTok, you're on the clock, guys. Ooh, 3-1. Is that one just going to miss high and tight there? And that's definitely the spot you don't want to miss, because those are the ones that can easily get turned on for a homer. That one's just going to get dribbled fouls. Count will hold in.
What was the ball boy doing? He's supposed to catch that.
Yeah, ball boy apparently is on strike right now for some reason, as he just watched that one roll right on by. And that's going to be K number 10 for Garrett Cole. And that's going to be him through 5 innings. Very near perfection right now. Only the one hit earlier on. Going to the bottom of the 5th. 2-0 New York. And just like on call, Ivan Nova and I'm not didn't catch the name of the other one, but Oakland has a pair of arms up in the bullpen. As Frankie Montas was showing some serious signs of wear and tear there.
Well, we'll have to hope it's Nova, so it's an easier name. Former Yankee Ivan Nova.
Exactly.
Got traded from the Tigers this deadline for not much. I mean, he was going for pretty cheap.
Okay,
Paul Blackburn. He's also a starter.
Yeah. Yes, Paul Blackburn. For some reason, I thought he was like a right fielder for Oakland and not a pitcher, so I was really confused for a minute.
I mean, it was Troy Blackman on the Rockies. I think that's the closest name to that. As long as anyone ended with Burn. Ryan Rayburn? He's retired.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, Frankie Montas able to get a 1-1 count here on LeMahieu. And with the Yankees seeing Montas for the 3rd time, and with the fact that they got 2 runs that last time through, you have to think they really want to take advantage right now as that one gets lifted out to left field. Track, wall, and that one is out of here. Right into the 3rd row, taking advantage of that short porch. And it's going to be 3-0 New York here.
That's kind of where a lot of his home runs go. First 2 decks, and LeMahieu extending the lead there. He's just such a good hitter for this lineup, no matter what situation, what pressure's on him. Nice shot there.
Yeah, definitely a very nice shot. Again, I think in 0.9 other Major League ballparks, that one might be a one-hopper to the wall, but with New York having the short porches, that was very out of here. And big guy coming in, who has the most career postseason games played in MLB history. And I'm going to go with either Babe Ruth or Cy Young.
Oh, wait, Gross. Oh, it's easy. It's Derek Jeter. They showed a stat earlier on ESPN. It's like Yankees and Yankees. It's Yankees in like the top whatever, except for Yadier Molina and Manny. Because like Bernie Williams is up there, Tino Martinez is up there, Posada's up there.
That one's going to get lifted out to right for the first out. And I will give people a trivia question here, and this is going to be a little iffy because it's on all-time MLB history. Who has the best winning percentage all time?
Best winning of a baseball in the playoffs? Or
no, all games, regular season, postseason, all time. Best winning.
Is it the Yankees or is it not? I mean, I would think it's the Yankees, but maybe I'm wrong.
The Yankees are number 2 at, I believe, 560 for their winning percentage. There's one better.
Dodgers?
I will give a hint. It is no longer an existing team.
Okay. And they didn't move to another city. It's not like the Expos or something like that.
No, it's not that. I don't think they've been a team for a really long while. And no, Beardy Buddha, it's not the Marlins.
I feel like it's like, I don't know. It's really hard because I would think like the Giants or something like that. That's not them because they're still existing.
Right.
I know there's multiple Boston teams. I know it's not the Richmond Spiders because they have like the worst record ever. Okay, I don't know.
2-1 pitch to Aaron Judge, and let me just get clarification on something real quick so that way I don't really goof you guys.
Fair enough.
That one's going to get slapped foul. And that one's going to be a ball 4 right there, so to Aaron Judge. So Montas really starting to struggle right now.
Now batting, the designated hitter.
And yes, I am correct that the team is no longer in existence. And no, it's not the Washington Senators.
The Homestead Grays? I don't know. I'm thinking of like random teams. Am I actually close?
You're actually very close, but not. As that one's going to get... Oh, everybody misses the ball there. That's going to crash up against the wall. And there's going to be runs in second and third, but... Yes, you did get it correct. It was the Providence Grays. I believe they have a 670 winning percentage all time. Like, heads and shoulders above the Yankees, and... That's the thing. They only were in existence for about 15 to 20 years, but they did technically win a World Series.
Yeah, so they probably just had financial problems and stuff like that, which is why they sold it. But also, I don't see a team Providence lasting long. No offense, but it's not a big market.
I mean, they are losing their minor league team now, and speaking of losing, Frankie Montas is done for the day.
And he's going to probably get a loss unless this A's team can come back.
Which, the way Garrett's wheeling and dealing right now is a big ask. But next guy out of the pen, Ivan Nova. 41 appearances, 10 and 11 record, ERA shy of 4, and a whip at 1.31. So probably just trying to eat a couple innings here to get to your 7 closers.
Yeah, and it can't hurt to eat innings, especially when this game may end up being not in doubt. And he also was used to the stadium, so I'm sure that helps him a little bit in terms of pitching here.
Exactly, and especially get someone like Gary Sanchez, who, not the best numbers on the regular season, but tonight has a hit, so anything to do right now. And yeah, you mentioned it, this could get really out of hand. As that one's getting dragged back up the middle, 1 run's definitely coming in. Second runner's breaking, throw is going to be cut off by the pitcher. And that's going to be 5-0 now, New York, and they're starting to run away with it.
Hitting with runners in scoring position is so key, and you mentioned Sanchez's numbers not so good, but he was injured for part of the season, so give him his due. And now it's a 5-0 game. It's turning into a little bit of a rout.
A little bit, but as we saw in our previous game, anything can and will happen. As Aaron Hicks is going to step in now to try to keep this train rolling.
Yep, that ball went out.
That one missing just outside, 1-1 now.
Ball inside.
Breaking ball inside, 2-1 now.
And if you were the Yankees, do you consider not going Cole as much so that maybe he could pitch a game 5 if it gets to that? I don't know. It'd be an interesting choice, though, if it ends up raining 5 runs.
If the Yankees tack on a 6th right here, yes, you swap them. If not, you have Garrett Cole go to 6th. So that way you get kind of a full stretch, a full outing. And then you switch him for the 7th, 8th, 9th. So it kind of really depends on what the hitters for New York can do right here. And the 3-2 pitch to Hicks. Going to be fouled off. Count will hold.
Hicks is a very patient hitter. He has this kind of thing when he walks, he just almost like it would be a home run, but he does it for walks, so he likes walking.
Exactly, and again, fouled off on the 2-seamer. Count will still hold here. Again, both sides not wanting to give an inch here. Aaron Hicks wanting this little rally to continue on. Ivan Nova wanting to shut the door right now. But he's going to walk him down to first. So now there's runs on first and second, and this can get really dicey again for Oakland.
The first baseman, Miguel Andujar.
And Miguel Andujar, the gentleman to try to do it now. 0 for 1 on the day. That one's going to get lifted foul down there by the right field pole.
And, a extra base hit by Andujar, and we get into position player pitching territory.
I don't think that's going to be the case because that's not really coded into the game.
Yeah, I know. I mean, in real life, it may, if it's like a 7-run game and it's like the 9th inning.
It would have to be someone that's maybe actually done pitching before, but not the case there, as Andujar's just going to swing over the top for K. And there's 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th.
Yep, looking maybe he'll get a triple this time. He has a double single, get the 3rd one, and then he just needs a home run.
Well, now that you mentioned that, he's not going to get any of it, but I mean, a homer would basically put this game to bed, and I could go into my random rants and raves about random stuff.
Wait, tell me, because I'm familiar with the name, but not why you're going to rant about him.
What, Aaron Boone?
At least said Brandon Stuff.
Random stuff. RANDOM space STUFF.
Oh, okay, I thought you were saying like a guy's name, like Random Stock or something like that.
No.
It's like I don't think I've heard that player, but there are a lot of random names.
No. If there's one person I would want to rant about right now, it'd be Aaron Boone, and that's just a bunch of Red Sox hatred in there. But Ivan Nova.
So when you said Gardner's name before, you had like kind of a Boston accent. I was thinking maybe you were a Boston fan.
I am.
Gardner.
Yep, as that's just going to be popped up here. Shortstop taking a step over to make the catch for the 3rd out here. And yes, I am 8.6 miles away from home plate at Fenway Park, for reference, ladies and gentlemen.
So are you in Boston or in a surrounding area?
Surrounding town, about 10 minutes from the ballpark by car usually. Mm-hmm. It's 8 miles by how the crow flies, but of course, if anyone's ever driven in New England, the rarest thing to find up here is a straight road. And Stephen Piscotty's going to step in here. And honestly, if you're Oakland, do you try to just have Ivan Nova eat 3-4 innings and maybe send out a guy for the 9th? Kind of write this game off as a loss already, or do you want to try to have you guys fight back here?
I mean, I think it depends on how the next 2 innings go. I think you keep pitching Nova until he gets like where he's going to hurt himself. You maybe put in Blackburn after that, another guy. But for now, you keep Nova in. I mean, you just have to eat innings right now. This game's kind of already lost unless a miracle happens.
I was going to say, anything can happen, but the way Cole's been dealing in, the fact that it's a 5-run cushion, it's a very steep hill for Oakland to climb right now. And Garrett Cole working the 2-2 count here is Stephen Piscotty. And swing and a miss. K number 11 on the day, I believe, for Garrett Cole. And just continues on the normal trend of the day.
Austin Allen.
Go into this lineup, no matter what happens, like, no matter what they try to do, they just can't hit him. I don't remember who got the hit. I don't know how they got a hit, honestly. I'm surprised he gave up a hit.
I think it was a little dink single or double. It wasn't anything incredibly special, as Austin Allen's in here trying to get rolling. Struck out the last time up. Oh, 2 count as he blows a 4-seamer past Austin Allen, who was a 4th-round pick in the 2015 draft. But honestly, in the major leagues, the draft's kind of the biggest farce out of any of the 4 professional sports.
That's true. I mean, the only number 1 overall pick to make the Hall of Fame is Ken Griffey Jr. Now, you got a few good number 1 overall picks playing today. Think about Dansby Swanson. Think about, I believe Trey Turner's the number. No, Victor Robles is. But you got a few nice number 1 picks there, but it is a little bit iffy.
Exactly, as that's going to be I believe a drop third strike and a 12K for Garrett Cole and Austin Allen there. And again, still just wheeling and dealing. Get people to swing at ones even in the dirt now.
Yeah, I mean, they're getting more desperate. They're going to keep trying different things, but just nothing worked. I mean, maybe BR should really put out a bunt, honestly. He has speed. He was up in the league and stolen bases. Just get on. I know it's 2 outs, so it really doesn't mean much, but just get on any way you can.
Yeah, definitely. Anyway, at this point, even a walk, just to try to get something rolling here. But yeah, back to the draft. Really, any point in the draft, it's kind of a crud shoot as far as who you're picking. Because there are so many routes that can go.
I agree and disagree. I think generally the better players in your league are higher drafted, whether that be because they are given more easily promoted and given more attention. But I mean, you do see some late round picks that end up making it, or undrafted guys who end up making it. But for the most part, it is the higher the pick, usually the better the player in general.
Yeah,
it's
definitely.
not perfect science like it would be in NBA, or usually, it is, or the NFL.
Yeah, definitely. And I think one of the recent CBA points was reducing the draft from, I think it's around 40 or 50 rounds right now, down to 20.
Well,
so that way,
less minor league teams, that's also a thing where they may be calling up guys sooner because they don't have as much minor league places to put them.
Exactly. Well, Garrett Cole is just making us really difficult to extend talks. We're heading to the bottom of the 6th year, still 5-0 New York. As Tommy Wastella's coming in, and JB Wendelken and I missed the second name again, are up in the pen warming up here for Oakland, just in case Ivan Nova gets into a little struggles. And that one's going to break in there for a strike. And Yusmeiro Petit, I thought I saw the name, but again, it flashes on there so quickly, it's really difficult to pick up.
I think they knew. That's why they showed a second time both times. They kind of knew. They're like, he needs to see it again.
Exactly. It's like, I don't think he got that. Run it again. Oh, boy. Heads up in the upper deck, as that one is way the heck out of here. Holy cow. Somebody get a tape measure out for that one.
That was crushed. And he still has the power. Now, obviously, Stella, I don't know what Sterling's call would be for Stella, but I think it would be like something like, Stella is Stella. And the Yankees take a 6-0 lead.
As a Boston Red Sox fan, I will never do that for the sole reason of that sounds so stupid. It's not even funny.
I remember one game he was in the Red Sox booth, I think, and they had, or it was for an inning or something like that. They switched booths, and it was pretty funny.
Oh, yeah. Trust me, it's always hilarious because these guys are professionals. They try to call the game the best they can, but at the same time, the guys who cover the teams every day, you kind of have the certain grudges, but yeah, that one really buried into the second deck there. As DJ LeMahieu is coming up, and he slaps one down the same line. Gonna hook foul, though. And a question for you, Michael. Has anyone actually hit the top deck here in New Yankee Stadium down that line or not yet?
I believe so. I know there's been some second deckers, but I don't think anything's really gotten close to getting out of the stadium, or maybe foul.
I was going to say foul definitely because...
Yeah, because I've been in the grandstand and I've seen some stuff go into that section. I usually like behind home plate from the top so you get to kind of see the pitches if the ball just strikes. But I've seen some balls go out of that section area. So it can, but I don't think any home runs, despite Judge and Stanton having so much power.
Yeah, I've only ever been to Yankee Stadium once, and it was for a soccer game. And I absolutely hated it, but that's a whole separate...
against who? Was it New England Revolution they were facing?
Yes, because I'm a season ticket for them, and one of the perks is they will do a road trip to either Philadelphia, the Red Bulls, or NYCFC for a game.
That's pretty cool. I like that. It'd be cool with MLB teams if they had that. It's like, if you're Yankee, you get to a Mets series, something like that, or a Phillies series, that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, Mets series will cover your subway fare over there, basically.
Yeah. Not too hard to get from Yankee to Citi Field. Almost even Shea for a second.
Yeah, well, Ivan Nova gets the two-seamer tucking in the lower inside corner there for a K. But, yeah, it's actually kind of an expensive haul because at least a couple trips because they give you 2 or 3 options. The last time we went, there was about 15 to 20 buses that did the whole trip, so that's definitely no cheap feat, and it's a really nice kicker for us who honestly are kind of sharing the building with the New England Patriots, because they still play in Gillette after all these years. But that's a whole rant that if this game really gets out of hand, I can go into. But Aaron Judge is up now, trying to put a couple more runs on the board here, but Ivan Nova's not going down easy. A 1-2 count to him.
Nope, that's off the plate. Ball 2.
It's going to be a 2-2 count now. And Judge ripping one up the middle. Great stop. Flip to second. Over the first. Not in time to get the double play, but enough to get the runner at second. And honestly, that's kind of the nice consolation prize there.
Yeah, Judge too fast to get doubled up on that one. But a nice play by the second baseman there. Nice play by VR. He can play short, so him playing at second means he's kind of a superb second baseman.
1-0.
Right, and again, one of the, I guess, beauties of Moneyball is that these players can play 3, 4, 5 different positions if needed.
2-0.
And especially nowadays with the way the game's kind of trending, it's trending away from the exclusive first, third baseman, exclusively second base. It's kind of more an infield, outfield role now, rather than just exclusive positions.
Think of a team like the Los Angeles Dodgers. They have like 7 guys who play the outfield, but a lot of them play the infield. And that's what we talk about positional versatility. It's huge because then you can acquire players and not be worried, oh, I have to platoon or I have to move a guy out of position. Well, now this guy can play another position. Or they'll learn it. I mean, Mike Moustakas, he ended up learning second base when he got traded to the Brewers that one year.
Right, and honestly, that's kind of the way you extend your career several years, is being able to show that versatility. And Ivan Nova not happy with some of the calls there as he walks, gets another walk there on the board, and that might be his day.
It might be. It's still got guys moving around. I think it really depends on the Gary Sanchez at bat here. If he gets a hit, I think they take Nova out. If not, they maybe start pitching him another inning.
Yeah. That's definitely in a weird spot right now, but Ivan Nova really kind of, I don't want to say he's laboring right now, but he's not as sharp as he was when he first came out.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yes,
when you get, especially when it's not stretched out to be a starter, you can only pitch so long as a long reliever.
Right, and you just got a quick shot there. Bob Melvin, 10th season there for Oakland, and honestly, they always seem to be the perennial dog out of the AL West that usually gets their teeth kicked in early on. As that's going to be fair. That's going to kick off the wall. That's one in. Runner's going to hold at third. So runner's on the corner now, and I think that's going to be the night for Nova, barring anything weird.
Yeah, 3 hits for Sanchez today. I don't know. He could end up being the player of the game for this one. Maybe it's whole. I don't know. It's going to be interesting when this game ends. But really nice day for Sanchez. 3 hits already.
Oh my God, Bob Melvin. I appreciate you. You've done a good job out there. But get Ivan Nova out of the freaking game. As Aaron Hicks is going to try to add on to the misery and mayhem of this game already.
So the long relievers always get used too long in BotBall, so not too surprising there, honestly, that he's keeping Nova in.
Exactly. But honestly, just at this point, maybe try something out, see if somebody can be good in a setup, a closer type role. This is a high pressure situation normally.
Yeah, not anymore. I mean, it's 7 runs going. Just get out, don't walk guys, and just let's get home early so we go to a hotel.
Exactly. Well, I mean, it's called live practice for a reason. You get to throw it against someone else and maybe hit them in the head if you're too ticked off.
Yeah, I mean, that would not be good. Let's just say. I don't think we've seen anyone throw at each other in BotBall.
There's been an occasional scuffle or two. I believe both benches have been warned at one point or another during the year.
Yeah, I'm sure sometimes you go too far inside trying to brush back a hitter. And
right.
It becomes a little bit of a hitter getting picked off because you almost hit me.
Exactly, and that's going to be another walk for Nova. So, I'm honestly going to give up as far as when Nova's coming out because Melvin is
grand slam for Andujar. Let's send this one early.
Exactly. Let's call this one early. I mean, if we were playing our broadcast league, that would exactly be the case. There's a 10-run mercy rule in that one. And the first pitch in there for a strike, but Andujar was definitely thinking about pushing that opposite way.
Ball 1.
Riding high now, 1-1. Again, getting a quick flash of the game. Sanchez, Stanton over at third, Sanchez at second, Aaron Hicks over at first. Miguel Andujar up now, trying to do something here with 2 out. Ivan Nova sweating himself, and yep, that kind of explains the game so far. That is way out of here. And that's a grand salami. You got any bread, Michael, or do I have to go out and get some down at the local corner store?
Oh my god. The blowout, just a rout. Oh my god. They really do need to have a decent player pitching. They really shouldn't be wasting any arms.
Well, I believe in order to have that in the American League, you have to swap out the DH, which therefore forfeits that right. And I believe you have to have used every other pitcher in your bullpen, I believe, or something like that.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. Now they brought in another guy. Perfect timing.
Yeah, Paul Blackburn coming in. 43rd appearance on the 7-5 record, 2.92 ERA, whip at 1.38, and I wish there was a mercy rule in this, to be completely honest, but no, that's Cookie.
End the game. With Simmons.
Yeah, Cookie Eater, I know, is, if he's kicking around here, I know he's pulled it off once in the American League with the DH.
Really?
There's 5 different steps you have to do in order to get it that way. Yeah, but
easier before this year. They kind of stopped it. I used to do like on Diamond Dynasty. I'd do a pitch per game. They'd all be playing the field, and you'd have position player pitching also.
Exactly. Yes, and Shark apparently has lost all sense of spelling, but yeah, I'm not sure.
Why were you on it though?
Exactly.
Why did you believe in this team?
I mean, Oakland was halfway decent. They just had that one really cold spell in June and July.
They can't beat the Yankees in the playoffs. I think it was 1911. They were Philadelphia Athletics last time they beat the Yankees in the playoffs.
Yeah, but at the same time,
Mets in the playoffs last 100 years.
Yeah, but at the same time, all the Yankees really do is throw money at the problem, and 9% of the time it works out. Because that's going to be strike 3, and finally the mercy is over. And we're through 6 here. Yankees have been. Yes, and joining us now is the gentleman who apparently cannot spell in Twitch chat, our resident organist, Shark Shavery. This has gone downhill very quickly.
I missed the grand slam. I saw, step up to the plate with the bases loaded, and I see grand slam. I'm like, oh, EB is jumping the gun. And I'm like, wait, I haven't refreshed my Twitch stream in hours. And I hit pause, unpause, and it's like, oh, it's 11-0. Okay, cool. Isn't this just grand?
Yeah, I'm not sure if anybody hears any poll with the GMs or whatever, but if we're about to run over in time, I think we can quick sim the rest of this game and just kind of end the suffering and the mayhem that is this game right now to try to stay on schedule. Is that just going to be a pop-up?
I think a nice game scheduled for 10:30, so
yeah,
we should end close on time. And plus,
it's hard to come back from this kind of deficit.
No, that's
never though. I guess
that's not a hot take. That's a fact of life, Shark.
Quick J happened.
I'm trying to keep it a hot take. I'm trying to keep it at one. I want my bracket to stay alive.
No.
So who do you have to win the World Series in yours?
Cubs.
And that one's gonna crack off the wall. That's a very.
What do you know?
That's a very loud single there.
Second hit off him.
I know, second hit off a Cole. And
gotta get the relievers going.
Cracks are showing. Exactly. Don't call it a comeback.
Right, but again, Garrett Cole only at 81 pitches right now. I could easily see him pitch in the 7th, and then you do the traditional setup closer roles for the rest of the game.
Almost assuredly.
That's going to be 0-2 as Cole blows the 4-seamer by him at 98.
I have a bad feeling about grounding into a double play right now.
Oh, you know what's going to happen is Matt Olson just fouls it off. 0-2 count now, so he's going to be swinging at basically close.
No full strikeout incoming. I don't know how what he's at now. He's probably at double digits already.
Oh, it was probably close to 15 at this point.
I got to count
That one's going to be in the dirt, 1-2 now.
2-2.
2-2 now as that one's missing low and inside, and this is where Cole can get himself in the trouble. He's been cooking fine. Now he seems to be wanting to nitpick a little bit and trying to get these really nice, flashy Ks.
I think I made this one thing about a strikeout.
Definitely, and this is where Oakland has a chance, a very slim chance, but being able to take advantage of when Cole gets a little too cocky.
That's ball 4.
And not getting calls there. That's going to be ball 4. Nice stroll down the first, and Garrett Cole is definitely frustrated with that call.
Yes, he is. Going to throw in that 2 miles per hour faster in anger.
Yeah, well, Matt Chapman might be the sorry sucker up next who gets one off the backside or something.
I don't think that he's going to go that far. But Yankees should probably warm up some guys just because you don't want to have Cole pitch too long and he's get exhausted.
Exactly. Well, nice 7 mile fastball. That's definitely not exhausted right now. 0-1 now.
I know. He doesn't lose velocity as the game goes on, which is what's amazing about him. One of the things that are amazing about him.
Right, and that's going to be 0-2 on the breaker. But yeah, Chapman may not get punked, but there has been stories of pitchers and catchers agreeing on a ball like that as it runs way high, that the catcher will miss it accidentally and have it strike the umpire flat in the head. And it's almost telegraphed sometimes when it does happen.
Yeah, although you try not to. If you're going to do it, you don't do it with fastball, because that's, like, dangerous.
But at the same time, it's the easiest one to place. And that's another K for Garrett Cole. Give me 14. Hey, I'm actually not paying attention.
So he's looking up the record for most in the playoffs.
Yeah, someone still isn't looking that up.
We got like 35 viewers. I mean, I feel like someone can.
I mean, the big guy usually has all those random stats and figures and all that.
Okay, I found it. It's 17. Bob
17.
Gibson.
Bob Gibson.
Leave Cole in for
So
a
if Cole
complete
goes a complete game, he probably could break the record.
Just
we'll see
leave
if he
him
goes a
in.
complete game, though.
Do it, you cowards. You have 11 runs. You can
Boone,
deal.
leave him in.
You
Let
can
him get the
deal
record.
with it.
As that one gets fouled off, 1-1 count.
I almost got record earlier. I think it was consecutive strikeouts. I almost was there for that record. They didn't end up getting it, but now I'm almost part of history again. BotBall history, at least.
Yep, as that's going to be a swung over the top 1 and 2 here for Garrett Cole. Setting up on number 15, and you know what? I think just for the lulls and the fact that Brett Boone is kind of toying with everyone right now, as there's number 15, he's probably going to get left in to see if he can take down that record.
He doesn't even need to go 9. If he strikes out the side, he has 18.
I was going to say, two for the record, but first Oakland has to see if New York... let me rephrase. Let's see if New York attack any more runs onto this massacre.
You want to stretch?
Go for it, Shark.
Oh, God.
Shark Shavery, ladies and gentlemen. Best ordinance in the business.
Time.
Ball that's outside.
But the Yankees, I believe, batted around last inning. So Stella hit the home run last inning, I believe.
Oh God! Don't remind me. I think everybody in chat now knows what we're all watching, and this is just kind of the filler episode before like the mega action-packed, drama events of every season of every show ever.
Missy Fires. Why aren't you here right now?
Probably get his beard trimmed somewhere.
Probably just like, thank God I don't have to face the Yankees.
Exactly. Beauty Buddha make. I'm sorry.
I'm just sticking around here for the bottom of this out of obligation to see if they'll go yard while I'm in the booth because it's a tradition.
Oh my God! Oh no! Shark, feel free to stick in the rest of the game if you want to.
Yeah, sure, why not? I'm a masochist like this.
And that one's back.
Oh, God. Oh, come on.
Yes,
Okay.
in front of the track for the first out. And Beardy Buddha making the comment that he left for 10 minutes, and New York doubled the lead. Yeah,
for
let's
10 more. See if it happens again.
exactly.
It might.
Yeah, let's put the Ivan Nova kind of imploded last inning, so that kind of happened.
Good for Nova.
DJ LeMay's up now. I think he's a triple short of the cycle, if I was reading that correctly. Or
Oh, is he on full actual
He
cycle
got
launch?
he got a home run. Yeah, he got a single. I think he got a double.
Come on, let's see Beyonce here. Come on. I don't even care anymore. Just to demoralize the Athletics at this point.
exactly. At this point, the Athletics are just a punching bag for record breaking right now.
Yeah.
I'm all for seeing records.
I mean, it would definitely help wake me up a little bit, that's for sure.
Yeah, we could clip it and be like, Cole set a record.
Exactly. And that could be more things Cookie has to deal with at the end of the year. Cookie, Garrett, whoever deals with that type of stuff.
Ooh. Surprised they didn't expand their strike zone with this game being a blowout.
Exactly. I'm surprised the umpire doesn't have a dinner reservation at some point. And, ooh!
What?
Cheeky knockdown.
What?
First for the
Oh,
out.
okay.
Very cheeky from Paul Blackburn there. I honestly thought he had that in the glove there, but instead that came off the hand. Or leg. Looks like he's trying to shake it off here.
Well,
And,
I've had a curse where like my first 2 games I was getting injured. I don't know about a half, but like a third they've gotten injured. So another one that almost got injured there.
Yep, and that's always good news when you see the pitcher wave off the trainer.
Oh, God. Gleyber Torres is so overdue.
I mean, overdue is an understatement for
He's over
any
4. He needs to get a hit.
But no, I mean, with his stats, 0 for 4 is like... Well, for starters, 0 for 4 in the 7th is disgusting to begin with, but like...
Exactly. Oh,
God.
Hey,
hi.
cracked wall. Yeah, gone.
I was
What's on the board?
saying...
Got the home run thing.
Shit.
That laugh.
Clip that.
Clip that out.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you were expecting a baseball game, forget about it. And I'm being corrected. That is 13. As I forgot there was a. No, it is 12. Start. Please stop confusing me. It is very late out here in the East Coast. As that was a beautiful arc shot.
Well, I wasn't
Does everyone have a
wrong.
hit now? Oh, no, Judge doesn't. Now he's due.
Oh, no.
Judge is due.
Well, Judge is not overdue. Just due.
2. Okay, fair enough. He's
Torres
not
was
over- he's only
overdue,
over
which is
3.
why I was paranoid.
Fair enough.
And rightfully so, apparently.
I got 1 ball, 1 strike.
I hate when I'm right like that. Like, I'll stick around. They'll probably get one while I am in here. Oh.
And Judge clearly putting that one over the wall. Asking the question there, but it's going to hook foul.
Yeah, it looked like this thing he'd hit it far, but it just got off the end of the bat.
And just swinging a miss right through it. Paul Blackburn throwing a 90-mile-an-hour fastball by him. Well, if you're still asleep, time to wake back up as Garrett Cole is probably taking the mound once again. On the hunt.
Better be.
There's no one in the bullpen. They said no one's warming up in the bullpen, so
Yeah,
who
no
would
one's
they
up
be letting him run?
Hey.
on Moriano and
The center fielder.
Tickle
No!
ball.
Gives up 3 grand slams.
Yes, technically 3 grand slams would tie it.
No.
I forget what the biggest comeback is. Like, it's probably double digits, because I remember the Yankees once doing that against.
Oh, there's some huge ones.
They were like down like 11 to like 2, and they won like 21 to 13 or something like that in the game.
Yeah, there was some
Stupid like
horrifying comeback like that.
that. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be a comeback though. I mean, it's pretty late in the game.
Don't call it a comeback, because it's not going to
Been
happen.
like this for years.
Either way, Yankees do have a pair of arms up in the bullpen right now, so Cole might be on a short leash at this point, but he is 2 away from tying the record for most Ks in a postseason appearance.
Yeah, I'm guessing Gibson's won as a complete game when he got 17, but I could be wrong. But back then, they usually compete fish complete game, especially a guy like Gibson.
When men were men and didn't complain of sore arms. as
Yeah,
my dad
old Ross
says.
Bradford.
Oh my
every
God.
game for his team.
Yeah, but at the same time, when teams usually did 6 or 7 stars and instead of just
What?
the 5 and
Whoa.
yeah, Cole really not having any luck, and he is giving the umpire his piece of
That-
opinion there.
That was a strike, like, objectively.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, he's still got 15K, so I'm sure he's not complaining too much.
I would
Right.
be complaining. I want the record
He
at
could
this
have
point.
easily have 1 or 2 more Ks than some of those calls this umpire's been making.
Yeah, definitely. Steven Piscotty's going to step in now to take the beating that's due, I guess. First pitch swung over the top for a strike.
You just what if you just bunt through the A's? You don't get record selling. You just bunt it each time. Make sure to do it fair, obviously.
But then you forget and you bunt out.
Yeah, I mean that could also happen. You could strike out in the bunt.
Yeah.
Kind of really weird. It's like a weird, like specifically baseball stat that you can like bunt and strike. You know, just hit the ball foul, but you strike out for it.
Exactly. Well,
We
to
even
know
had a bunt out in BotBall.
no, because I think the game doesn't like coding that. And that's going to be foul here, 0-2 count.
Yeah, maybe like a pitcher. I see a pitcher doing that, but I don't know. I haven't seen it really. Up to 105 pitches, Cole is now.
Yeah, definitely. And
Yep.
1 and 2 as that one runs way
Why did that
outside.
strike out?
To be fair, I've seen some people chase some wild stuff like that, so I like
That
the
is true.
idea on the 0-2.
That is true.
And the 0-2 just missed.
Oh my God!
This umpire wants to keep us here, I guess, because, I mean, I'm already running late for a dinner reservation. I don't know about you guys.
Hey, me and Shark can take the rest of the verse if you're running late.
That's good. And there's the strike.
Let's go. One
can't
away
leave.
tie.
1 for the tie, 2 for the record.
His
We
name
take a
is
look
Garrett. However many K's Cole. Holy
Hey.
crap.
Gotta have like
Oh.
a repeating
Just static.
thing. What's it called?
Yeah,
Has a
static.
pretty good chance of getting Allen.
No,
Oh,
maybe
no,
Allen's
not a strikeout.
out.
Ah.
Boo.
pop out there for a second out, and there is a very loud boo that comes down from the Yankees faithful here looking for the record.
Jonathan Dion.
I
He's
could be
gonna
his
need
last
security
batter.
detail on the way out of Yankee Stadium the 3rd.
Yeah, it could be his last batter, so he needs a strikeout here to tie it. I don't know if he'll get the pitch for the 9th. He's at 110. He's already at 109 pitches.
At the same time, he is pitching his shutout right now, so knowing BotBall managers.
That's true.
Yeah, like, I agree with Brother Beard. As much as it pains me to say it, I'm a fan of complete games, and I'm a fan of records, and Jesus.
0-1.
98 on his 110th.
Pitch,
He's
yeah.
a machine. Like
That is a
he
saucy
should have won
pitch.
He should have won the Cy Young over Verlander last year. I'll be honest. Verlander has enough of them.
Whereas that one's going to get slapped. That's going to get down for a hit.
No, that's a lot.
Cracking up the wall. Runners are probably going to hold at 2nd and 3rd, and now the question
I
comes into
swear.
Aaron Boone.
Now batting.
Aaron Boone will meet security detail if he pulls Cole here.
He made
Oh.
Cole earlier. I mean, well, Cole let him though. They haven't even had a mound visit from the pitching coach.
I mean, a mound visit would be the smart thing here.
I
Just
love
try
how
to
after like
Hey.
the home run, we just
That's
didn't
what I'm
use like,
talking
barely
about.
We're talking about like just random stuff now. What's like a blowout?
Right. All right. Marcus Simeon in now. 1 for 3 on the day. Already has a single. And with a 310 average, he might be due fairly soon. But at the same time,
1 for 3 though, so.
So, yeah, he already
Right.
got it.
Oh
Hey.
no, not a
get
strikeout.
out. And that's going to be a caught for the 3rd out. So, 1 to tie, 2 to win. But first, we have to get through the formalities as the Yankees get another chance to hit.
Formality
Oh,
kid.
God, it's Stanton.
Yep.
Stanton really doesn't good in the playoffs, but he has
Leading off.
how many
I'm
games do they have?
here. That's why I'm
The
worried.
designated hitter.
Yeah, I mean, oh yeah, he does have a double. It's
Wait,
two
do you have
runs.
a bait? He's 1 for 2 with 3 runs.
Pretty good.
Yeah, very good.
Ned's doing better. but Cole should win Player of the Game, no doubt. Even with that Newhart grand slam.
I'm just saying he's been walked twice and touched both times on top of an. Oh, I hate
What?
this game.
Oh, I thought something happened.
As that one's going to get into
nice.
the gap for a hit.
That happens.
Yep,
Well,
so-
we can get more hits than Garrett Cole gets strikeouts. That's the question.
That's going to be a fun chase to watch.
That's like a prop bet, right? I feel like that'd be a prop bet. More hits or more Garrett Cole strikeouts.
Oh, that'd definitely be a prop, and I'd definitely take Garrett Cole in that case.
Oh no, I would also, because you don't know if the Yankees bats can be hot or cold, but they are hot today. I know they're in double digits. I don't know how many they have.
Yep, as that one's going to get ripped foul. And Gary Sanchez 3 for 3 with 3 singles, 3 ribbies, and I believe coming around the score on one of those. So very efficient today.
He's not due, but he's hitting very well.
I mean, technically he's hitting at 1,000 right now, according to the MLB stat book. So
Yeah, not a great slugging percentage though for his batting average.
yeah,
All things considered, very bad slugging.
yeah, slugging percentage is a secondary stat in this case.
That's true.
Only 1,000 slugging. How awful.
I think he has one double, so maybe a little bit over 1,000. Pretty high
OPS ain't
OPS.
bad.
Yep.
We got what, 2,000 OPS.
Yeah.
So the highest you can get,
Hey.
highest you
black.
can get technically is like 5,000 OPS, right?
Now back.
If you hit a home run every at bat.
Aaron.
Good God.
I think I'm right about that.
Yeah, you have 5,000 OPS if you have a
Home run
home
every
run
time.
every single time.
Or walk, I guess.
That one's
Oh.
ripped down the line, and that one is gone.
God!
14 on the board for the
Are you-
Yankees.
All right.
Look around where he hit that home run off Verlander last year.
I for a second thought that was a replay. That was just really bad quality for a replay. All right. Why
Think it's bad
not?
quality, but no. Stop.
Football game is broken out here.
Oh my
2
God.
touchdown game right now.
I think they may have passed Cole.
Eli Manning's really on fire tonight.
Giants offense can't even score that much.
Now pitching for Oakland.
Who's even the Giants quarterback anymore?
Daniel Jones. Danny Dimes.
Okay. I've been so bad at keeping up with the NFL. Oh, hey, Deekman, are you ready to get dismantled?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Deekman
and it would be, if it was Oakland QB, they don't have a QB anymore. Their team's gone. But it would be Las Vegas.
Oh, God.
First baseman.
Oh my God.
This is going to be bad.
Duhar.
Deekman's a good pitcher, though. I'm surprised they put him in this late, but I think they're just running out of
I'm
guys.
surprised they're
Yeah.
wearing him out.
Yeah,
Save him.
was it Wendelson? Right? I'm surprised they didn't pitch him.
Like, one of these athletics pitchers just has to take one for the team so they don't burn their entire bullpen. I mean,
Well, they do have some.
yeah, there's
they
2
do-
outs to go,
They do have
but
Sean Manaea going tomorrow, and he's really good. But and it's against Paxton. I'm a little surprised it's not Tanaka pitching tomorrow, honestly, for the
2 balls,
Yankees.
1 strike, the count.
Yeah, and honestly, at this point, you just throw whatever chump wants to get some innings at this point. If you're Oakland.
position players.
No, because that is way too difficult for managers to pull off in the AL. Trust me, you can ask Cookie about it. He actually did it in one
No,
of our
I'm just saying at this point, why not? Put a bench position player in. Who cares? Save your pen.
True. Very true.
Full count.
That one runs the count full here. Brett Gardner's sitting on deck for what it's worth at this point.
Shouts out to the big guy in chat. This is such a good game. I wonder who will win.
Oh, it's a nail biter.
Yep, and that's just going to be a pop out for the second out here. So
So does Cole come back out? That's the question we have to ask.
Left fielder.
I
wait,
say
what? You got a
yes.
hit?
Gardner.
no, that's an out. For some reason, the
That's
guys
not.
want to stand there and admire the 5,000 people that are left here in New York in Yankee Stadium.
I think in this case, sure, put out Cole because just if you can have all fresh arms in your bullpen, that would be so advantageous moving forward, he's been electric. He's chasing a record. Like, sure, just needs to get 3 outs. He can give up, 3 grand slams, and even then, one swing of the bat won't tie it up.
Right.
Just let him work out of anything.
Exactly. Good time to test the metal of your pitchers, see how they do in pressure-packed situations and certain situations with runners on. But it's a 2-1 count here to Brett Gardner, and again, we're all on K-Watch right now. 1 to tie the record, 2 to take it for our man Garrett Cole. And he has one more crack at it in the top of the 9th. As it's going to be 3-1 as the umpire is not giving anybody anything right now. And Tommy LaStella are on deck. And that's going to be a walk.
That's not good.
He's going to have anyone pitch.
Odds he goes yard.
The third
I mean,
baseman.
who's their best pitcher today for the A's? Is it Montas?
I would have.
The ball boy.
The
No, I
batting
mean,
pitcher.
up until like the 6th inning or the 4th inning, whenever Montas got pulled, he was being very efficient. He just kind of all fell apart on very quickly.
Yeah, it did.
And the 1-0 pitch to LaStella, gonna run way outside 2-0. Two and 1 now, as that's going to catch the lower half of the zone. Two and 2 now to LaStella, and honestly, LaStella, even if it's in the dirt, just swing and miss. I think we all know how this one's ending. Let's just get on to the one thing I think
Yeah,
everyone's
they're making it the biggest BotBall blowout if they get to 17. If they get to 18 runs.
they're not getting to 18. Because
We'll see.
Is
Hey, no, they're not.
Strike
Well,
three.
they could.
No, they
Must be
can't.
Very hard.
No, they actually can't because the Yankees would have to walk off.
They
even
can't
if
have
the
that
A's
much
win
of a blowout, but they could get to 18 runs if things go very poorly.
Yeah,
Very,
I
very,
hope it
very
doesn't.
poorly.
Either way, here's the question.
won!
Garrett Cole is
Hey.
still in, ladies and
The
gentlemen.
designated hitter.
Again, 1 to tie, 2 to take the record for strikeouts.
Gonna
So
play.
hopefully the A's just start swinging at everything, because I think we all want to see a new record set here tonight.
Especially in such a decisive victory. Screw it. Just
Adding insult to injury.
what is that?
Wanna
Just
know on
attack
the
the
outside.
zone.
He's lost a lot of speed, as that was a 95 on the fastball, so maybe it's starting to get to him finally. EB, it's
1 million.
slams and then a 2-run homer to tie.
So I think bloops. It's bloops.
1-1 to Chris Davis. Make it
11.
1-2 now.
11 bloops and 4 blasts to take the lead.
And the 1-2 pitch. Called strike 3 in the lower half. There is the tie, number 17.
Now batting.
Number 17 on the evening for Garrett Cole.
On pitch 117.
Exactly, a little foreshadowing there.
So I haven't seen anything about guys warming up. Staring at Boone.
But he's like, Boone, you better stay in that gosh darn dugout, or else I am throwing this ball in the center field.
Now, if
As
he gets
Matt-
a strike out here, though, do you take him out after? You let him go complete game?
No.
Oh, you let him go complete game. As Matt Olson's in here as the next slam to the slaughter.
No, you want the complete game on that record.
As that's going to be 1-1 as that catches the lower part of the zone. And that one's going to be drilled, caught by a second baseman for the second out here.
1 out
Third
for
baseman.
1 strikeout.
Now, here comes the...
If I'm a fielder, I bat it down and just let him take his base.
The manager would be so mad, though. You can't, like...
Oh, yeah.
out.
Woody, though? Woody?
Boone
Would he
would
really be that mad?
Anyways, Matt Chapman in now to potentially be the final out, strikeout, something I don't know. Either way, if he gets a strikeout, Garrett Cole takes the record. He's tied with Gibson right now for that record at 17 Ks.
Still very impressive performance. I mean, crazy impressive, especially in this day and age where you don't see guys going this long.
Right. And first pitch is in there, high and tight for a strike, going 1 count.
95 on the 2-seam at this point.
This is what they paid him for, though. This is like this performance like this, not like this insane, but like the pitch,
Yeah.
like, be their ace in the playoffs. I know Tanaka pitched good in the playoffs, but Cole's the real ace.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Bouncing one in the dirt now, 1-1. In there on the inside half, 1-2 count.
Come
Matt
on.
Chapman down to his final strike.
Chapman, don't you swing that bat.
Whoa, that's down.
Ooh,
Maybe
Jeff
swing at that one. Okay.
So close.
2-2 count
Wow.
now. Garrett Cole looking for a record. Has a chance here, 2-2 count. Matt Chapman, the man to defeat. And the pitching coming. Foul it off. We'll do it all again in about 10 seconds.
We got 3
Both
balls.
2-2. Mark Hanna on deck if Chapman gets on base somehow.
Intense. Never thought a 14-0 game would be this intense.
No, I don't think
Right.
anyone. Pitching coming. Rip foul. We'll do it all again.
I thought he got it.
Go high hater here. Just blow him away.
Yeah. Put everything into this one.
3-2 pitch. Oh! And Matt Chapman drills one into the New York sky to give Oakland a little comfort here, as it's now only 14-1, and
Oh no.
unfortunately, that might be Garrett Cole's day.
You know what?
I hope
I
not.
say no.
Please
I say
keep
leave
him out
in.
there. Please, Boone. Please, Boone.
I've seen pitchers give up stuff when they're this late into the game and they're ahead, where you just leave them in. It's like, whatever. Now you have a better chance to get a strikeout on the next guy.
I mean,
whatever.
he should have
screw
struck
it.
him out. The umpire didn't call it a strike.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you can tell
Freaking
Cole right
bad
like, Colin,
sleeping Chapman.
well, here comes the question.
No!
Yep,
Oh.
that's going to be the day. It's only a tie as they're going to the
Don't
bullpen
do
for the
it.
final out.
No.
And you can tell Cole getting a rousing ovation from the fans left here, but you can tell he's really frustrated on that call there from Brett Felipe Boone, which I'm pretty sure is what a lot of New Yorkers are saying right now. Tommy K on. And
I'm trying to think of a good New York style insult to throw at Aaron Boone right now. Any suggestions?
Now back left fielder. Mark.
probably something.
The New York style insult at Boone.
Yes.
Yeah,
I-
for pulling him.
I mean, yeah. You could say blank out of here. Blank out of here. Not gonna use the other word. We're gonna try to be PG.
Yeah,
You're trying to keep it PG.
I like to go PG-13 because stuff occasionally does slip out.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, but K-Line able to work an 0-2 here. And just
Combined in strikeouts in a playoff game, though. Wouldn't that be the record? Most playoffs in a strike by a team, maybe? I don't know.
definitely not.
Do you
Definitely.
think there's been 17 by a team or 18 by a team in a playoff game?
Oh, definitely. As that's going to be strike 3, and I'll let you guys run it out for a little bit. As the Yankees pull off, what would be the best way to describe that? Slaughter, murder fest, slasher film. I can't think of anything, but A's just did not come to play today for whatever reason. And
What are you talking about? They took Garrett Cole yard. They just utterly embarrassed Garrett Cole there.
So they showed those Yankees numbers, comparison athletic, hilarious. The second guy is just a guy with 1 for 4. That's how dominant Cole is.
God.
So
Yep,
Cole's that player of the game, we riot.
looks like they are pulling Mr. Cole aside, or then again, so many Yankees that look alike, I can't tell.
No, it looks like Garrett
Go.
Cole.
Yeah.
Yep, Garrett Cole tying the Major League record for most strikeouts in a playoff game. And as usual, the player's giving him a little rousing as he should probably have an ice bath right now on his shoulder, but not the case.
I
So
bet that Gatorade bath would feel good on that arm after 120 plus pitches.
Oh, it would absolutely, but coming up next, we have ourselves a beard cast for Game 1 of Cleveland and Minnesota. I honestly have to get out there somehow. You guys have any extra bucks for a plane ticket? Garrett kind of shortchanged me last time I saw him.
Well, I think I may know a shortcut.
Don't do it.
No, I'm not doing the secret tunnel again. I ended up here last time I tried that. I am taking whatever airline I can get out of LaGuardia or JFK.
It's their airline.
Don't take Delta, just not Delta.
I will prefer Delta over Spirit. Let's put it that way.
What about, what is that European one? Ryanair, the one that's like bare bones pricing?
Oh, I would love if Ryanair was over here in the States, but unfortunately it's only European.
So they ended up with less hits than Cole strikeouts. 14 hits, 14 runs. Pretty efficient.
Yeah, fairly efficient there. As we're going to see the stats here. Frankie Montas, 4 1/3, 6 hits, 2 strikeouts, 5 earned runs. Garrett Cole wheeling and dealing, 8 2/3, 4 hits, and 17 Ks on the days. We're seeing here DJ LeMahieu getting the scoring opened up for New York here with a little dribbler through the middle. And then the highlight show of Garrett Cole. Just getting people fanning left and right, up and down. Oakland had absolutely no answer for him till really later on in the game. As we fast.
I mean, it never had an answer. Even that home run, I mean, it was kind of it was a last out of the game.
I mean, it was 420 feet to right center. I wouldn't say you just luckily get.
Well, there's a slight skip
Well, that's
in
the one you
scoring.
missed, right? You missed that grand slam. So here it is, Sharp.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh god, it's so.
See,
like an
I think they're
accident,
missing
so you
highlights also.
can't
I don't think
look
they should
away.
have the Snow a home run. They just skipped it
stuff.
over and let somebody
Skip
run.
Yep,
It's like they're like, we just gotta show the highlights that scored the most runs.
basically. As Gleyber Torres there, a nice
He was
shot
due.
in New York night.
It was due.
Yes, he was very due.
Yeah. Did anyone clip that when I literally predicted Gleyber Torres?
I predicted the Andujar one as well, I think. I said, like, screw what I said exactly, but I kind of predicted it. It ran play off Nova.
And again, Garrett Cole just wheeling and dealing left and right. 17 Ks on the evening. That's going to go down in video files for a while, but this jerk of a person right here decided to break all that up when he had 2 strikes on him and deliver a 420-foot shot to end Garrett Cole's day of a shutout and a complete game. So,
Chapman letting down the Yankees again.
not surprising whatsoever. And just the man to kind of clean up the scraps there. Kana there, just getting the final out to get us out of here. But yep, coming up next, we have ourselves a beard cast, and you definitely don't want to miss that.
Probably going to be a
Well, the
lot
Yankees
better
they
of
were
a
calling
game.
because no beards in the Yankees.
Yeah, I was gonna say, luckily it's out in Minnesota, but yeah, definitely gonna be I would think a more competitive game at least than this. I don't think
That's
they're gonna
true.
have.
I mean, I
They're
hope
This
so.
was a good game that was very bad.
Good
if that
only
makes
because of
sense.
Cole's performance. If not, it would have been like we just be, just throwing out topics. Do like trading cards like the Mets announcers do in blowouts.
Just play categories or something like that.
Exactly. And now joining us in is the Beard Cast of Beardy Buddha and Brother Beard. How are you two doing right now?
I'm scared as hell because that just looks like a 4-game sweep in the ALCS coming for my Twins.
Why do the
Yeah,
Yankees
the
get to
Twins
do
make it
this
to the
in the
ALCS.
playoff?
And when I'm broadcasting those games, because I was there the last time we played in old Yankee Stadium, way back when they decided to drub on the Mariners left and right.
You know, Mister, I told you the consequences would be had.
Remind me to like time my time in the booth for that very carefully to like jump in as out 3 happens and immediately jump out so the Yankees don't have any time to do anything.
Exactly. But yeah, no, you guys are both having a. Hopefully, it's more of a repeat of the regular season. I would feel like at this point between these two.
Man, talk about a familiar matchup here.
Yeah, Twins won 10, Indians won 9 on the season series. A bunch of good series at Target Field and at Progressive Field, but this is the first time the Indians and Twins have met up in the postseason.
Really?
Yeah, that's definitely a new stat for me, especially the history of these two teams. Well, I think we're going to get rolling here. So, for Michael, Shark, and myself, Yankees decide to give the A's a backside whooping today, 14-1 the final. We'll be signing off, and you got yourselves a grade A beer cast and a grade A AL slugfest, I guess is the best way to call it. Enjoy the broadcast, guys.